Hello everyone, it's Jason here. Oh, 1 second.
There we go, much better. Hello everyone, it's Jason here and welcome back to Rocket League. Now I've got my proper microphone on. Let's do this. Today, ladies and gents, we're talking about a game that came out on the Wii. I believe it was actually developed by Ubisoft though, which is not a combination you usually see, Ubisoft and Nintendo. Usually I thought Ubisoft were mainly providers for Sony. Sony. So therefore, it doesn't seem logical that they would pair up with Nintendo to make what I can assume is a Nintendo exclusive game. The game I'm talking about is called Anno. And now I recently played through Anno. This was not too long ago, maybe a few weeks ago. I actually really enjoyed it. Being a fan of the Civilization series, but never being able to grasp the concepts of some of the newer entries, such as Brave New World. If you've ever seen that game, it looks incredibly complicated. But I do enjoy Civilization Revolution. The point is, when it came to Anno, I felt like I was really intrigued. It's more of a story-based version of Civ. There's also a free roaming mode where you can build your civilization just on free whim. But the basis of Anno is you have been sent by your father to colonize islands in the south of the kingdom because of a lack of food. Or basically a lack of everything, it turns out. Now, there's one thing. You need to build your civilization from the ground up in order to be able to start producing the foods that your father, the king, will need. So, naturally, you have two lovable idiot sidekicks, a Devonport and I think Bellard, her name is Evelyn Bellard. Yeah, Cornelius Devonport and Evelyn Bellard. Together you have to basically go through a whole game of just collecting resources, managing taxes, and actually ruling your own kingdom, which is pretty cool. You can upgrade your citizens to different levels depending on what buildings you have near them and what resources you're able to supply them with. Ultimately, this game is about micromanaging down to the point, which is what I feel like I excel at. Everything down to the very most singular point. You place one slight space out of proportion, then you're not going to have room for another house. You're going to lose money on taxes, or you're not going to be able to build a church. You're going to have to delete one house again, losing out on taxes. You want to build a church to get your settlers up, your pioneers up to the settler level. You want your settlers to get up to the citizen level. You need to get them. I think it's a chapel or something. Chapel, is it? I can't remember what. I think they just need like pottery and spices and stuff to get them up to. What is it? I think it's aristocrat next. To get into the aristocrat level, you need like a load of expensive buildings, wash houses, guest rooms, all sorts of stuff. I could be remembering it wrong. There's other stuff as well you need to do to get them into like next tier. But the final tier is like all the expensive lords and ladies. You know, you want them, of course. They will be providing you many taxes. I think in order to get them, you need to have dates. You need to have a public park nearby. This massive chapel, cathedral in this case. You need lots, and it costs you a bomb. A genuine. I mean, I can't even extrapolate how much money you'll spend getting just one of those guys, but they will provide you with a lot of taxes and place your buildings correctly, and you should be all right. They'll come with the city level of Metropolis, and there's different city levels: Seaport, Trading Town, Metropolis. I really like the game Anno. You hear that in the background? I'm just decided to start hoovering. 1 second. So one of the things I like about Anno is, despite the fact that the motion controls get a bit tedious, I can actually deal with the motion controls. It's more than can be said for some games on the Wii. Also, the graphics seem very nice. It's not as serious as Civ, but it does get quite it does get kind of intense sometimes. Especially when the kingdom goes to war, more for you. But yeah, it's a really good set. It's a really good it's a really good story, and it's generally a good game. Well, my thing is, could there be a sequel? As far as I know, there isn't. If there were, I probably should have looked at this kind of thing before I do a video on it. But you know, maybe maybe they could spice it up a bit by having an online mode where you can go up against other civilizations. The combat mechanics were fairly simplistic, though. I felt they'd have to up the ante in order to make that a possibility. Be able to train more variety of troops. Be able to upgrade your ships more. Also, perhaps... This is just pushing the boat out here. Perhaps maybe make the Corsairs a bit varied. Like, in Civilization, you had at least 3 different types of barbarians. You had the Celtic looking ones, the Aboriginal looking ones, you had the what's it called with the V? Ancient German barbarians. Yeah, the ones responsible for bringing down the Vikings. That's what they look like. Anyways, in Civ, they all kind of played out differently. They had one team had blowpikes, the other had clubs, so on and so forth. It was interesting, to say the least, and I would kind of like to see that go down. So perhaps different Corsairs have different ship perks. I have like one Corsair, like Sabuka here, who's the main Corsair in Anno. He'll be like the puny runt who you start off fighting. Then there'll be bigger, badder pirate bosses who can basically wreck you in one move if you're not careful. Maybe some should have more cannon firepower in exchange for less speed on their ship, so it's more of a escaping kind of thing. Now, this might sound odd, but I really like the collecting. I really like the idea of watching the little carts going from place to place, collecting their resources. This used to be like, come on, random guy with a cart 5. The whole team's relying on you here. Whole kingdom is resting on your shoulders. I need to sell some herbs in order to get through this period of financial debt. I'm relying on you here. Come on, guy with the cart 5. You can do it. Yeah, that was one of the simple joys of Anno. It's not a mind-blowingly revolutionary game like I feel like it was made to be, but it was nice despite how simple it is. You know, if you want a game that's full of twists, turns, and has all the epicness of Destiny, combined with Destiny 2, times by a mysterious third installment of the Destiny series, well, you're out of luck, my friend. But what I can tell you is, Anno is just definitely a good game you can chillax with. You know, it's like a typical... I can see why Ubisoft went to Nintendo, definitely, to publish it. Because, let's face it, Nintendo makes some very good chillax games, even if sometimes they are painstakingly frustrating. Good examples are Super Mario Brothers, any Super Mario Brothers game. Maybe Pikmin. That's another good one. I really enjoy Pikmin. Donkey Kong, though I've heard that's very hard. Coming from, of course, from the man himself, Godly Dot. No, sorry, it's Dot for Life now. Ooh. It's been so long I still haven't been able to change how I say it. I keep thinking, but it used to be Godly Dot, and then my subconscious mind's probably like, no, it is still Godly Dot. He's not got Dot for Life, that's his actual name now, Dot for Life. We've got to remember that, people. I've got to remember that. We all need to remember that. Dot for Life. So, from what I've heard on the Dot Vine, is that Donkey Kong, or at least Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, can be very hard. I've seen him play through quite a few of the episodes. I've seen him play quite a way through the first 2 sections of the game. And I really hope he does more videos on it in the future. But, that being said, let's just do an epic trick here so it makes us look cool and score. There we go. Look at that popping sound it makes. Is that like what space is supposed to sound like? I don't know. Anyways, one of my pet peeves, however, with the Anno series is probably the needless romance between the character you play and this dame who's the daughter of the Sultan. I came here to make friends, not you know, hook up with this chick. I don't know where she's been. Judging by how she flirts, she's been places. This girl been places, alright? Alright, I'm not judging her. Just saying. Just saying. That was really cool, but still, I guess. Oh, no. Oh, shit. No, wait, let's see if we... A little... Nope. We went the wrong way. This is like my driving lesson all over again. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Oh. I believe I can score. I see you running through the open door. I believe I can fly. Fly, fly, fly. Anyways, enough of that. Let us get on with this. There was some sort of differentiation in biomes in the first one. Like some islands had different fertilities, and that was all cool. But I would really love to see some proper actual biomes, like Minecraft biomes. We could have like an Arctic island, a desert island. I guess they kind of had some deserty islands, but they weren't really specifically different from the regular islands, or the field islands. That's what Britain is, the field island. Every other island can go screw itself, because field islands rule. I'm just kidding. That would be fascinating if we could get like the desert island as a thing. That would really be a cool thing. Like, it very infertile in exchange for them often being bigger. possibly even have better ore deposits, like having more chance of being abundant of gold and or iron. Let's get coal. Think about it. Having like an industrial era in game, that would be really freaking cool. Like I don't know about you guys, but I'd watch. I'd pay for that. I'd buy that for $1. Oh, mate. Now, let me just make one thing clear. I'm not saying they make an Anno sequel. I can't stress this enough. Too many games are over-sequelized. Mario is perhaps one example. Though, to be fair, Mario I mention a lot. And that's because Mario's just become a common thing. Everyone knows who Mario is. Oh. Sorry.